The company that's done the best as an exploration company that's actually about to start building their mine is SilverCrest Metals.
Perhaps for the folks that have been hearing a lot about gold and silver, and then get interested in the mining stocks where you do have the opportunity to get leverage. And first, I will issue my disclaimer on the show. We're not giving legal, licensed financial advice. Rob is sharing his research, so these are points for further due diligence. Yet with that said, if you do have a rally coming in gold and silver, like Rob and I feel, certainly an incredible opportunity. And as perhaps a rough guideline, bullion prices are going up, your miners are going to do well. If the prices of bullion are going down, miners probably going to go down even faster. So with that said, disclaimers out of the way, Rob, any particular companies that you're looking at and have anything to share and want to dig into?
The company that's done the best as an exploration company that's actually about to start building their mine is SilverCrest Metals. And I'll give you the stock ticker for that one. It is SVCMF or SILV. It's now trading on the New York Stock Exchange. When I began writing about them, they were about $1.80 or so per share. Actually, maybe $1.60 per share. I sold them at a little over $2. They're now trading at over $6. Their current quote is $6.17. They mine in Mexico. I've actually gone underground in those mines and toured the mines with their management, and also with some geologists and metallurgists that went for a tour last spring. And so I've climbed up and down the ladders and seen their deposits. They have several veins. They have Las Chispas, William Tell, Babicanora. Babicanora is the really good one. I got to see drill hole results from Babicanora when I was on site with the geologist metallurgist, because I'm not a geologist, I'm not a metallurgist. So when I look at the actual drill results and the actual rock in the ground, I want those guys to be there. And I spoke with several of them during that, and I had dinner with one of the geologists who writes for a buy-side publication, which they write for very wealthy investors. And he said it's a really good deposit. He said they're spot on about their cost to develop the mines, anywhere from $80 to $100 million. The Babicanora deposit has bonanza grade findings in silver and near bonanza grade in gold, and it keeps going and going and going. They keep drilling and finding more and drilling and finding more. They originally were wanting to develop that mine about fall of this year, but they keep finding such great drill results. They just keep drilling. And that's why
seems like they're finding a lot, and also it's very high grade.
It's very, very high grade. It's going to be very lucrative. It's going to be low cost. They've tripled in price, and I think the sky's the limit for them. I think they could become one of the preeminent silver miners in the world by the time this is all said and done. I've seen the results. In my past background as an auditor, and one of the articles I wrote on them, I said I basically went and audited them. I looked at their information system, their global information system on the computer. I took an auditor's mindset to their books. I looked at their technical reports. I actually viewed the rock in the ground. I talked to geologists, metallurgists about it while we're there. I think they're the surest play in the silver exploration space of any silver miner in the Americas. I focus in the Americas mostly because it's the most stable mining district. And I think they're going to be big. And even though they tripled in price, I could see them going to double-digit stock price very easily. I don't think anybody's missed out, because once they go to production, they're going to be valued at the value of that silver in the ground minus costs. And that's a lot more than $6 share price that you have right now. If people want to understand how to value the miners, instead of talking about it here, I will say that I'm opening up my member area on goldsilverpros.com for free to anybody. Moving forward, I'm no longer going to have subscription service there. I'm just going to be writing for free. One of the articles in the member area that people can view now is how to value gold and silver miners, or any commodity miner. I gave specific outlines for how to do it. So if anybody wants to go see that for free on my website, they can read the article I have there about how to do it, and you can very quickly value that. You'll see that if you take a company like SilverCrest, who's in exploration, not quite developed their mine, that's a sweet spot in the mining sector for buying stock, especially when they find a big deposit, because they're not valued at the silver in the ground. It's really just speculative right now, but as soon as they build their mines and start producing, those stocks tend to get revalued for what their silver is minus their mining costs. And it's going to be some multiple of their share price now. So now's a good time to get into a gold and silver mining stock that's in exploration and is about to build the mine, because once they build that mine, the price goes up, because now the big money, the institutional money moves in.
Yep.
They'll buy that at what they think the silver is or the gold is in the ground, and you'll see sometimes a doubling of price or even more, depending on the project. So one key thing I tell people is, if you're going to invest in the mining space, there's basically 2 or 3 sweet spots for getting into miners. One is when they just formed as a company and it's a really good management team and you think they're going to find something, but they're trading for pennies on the dollar. That's highly speculative though, and that tends to be boom or bust. The best spot to invest in a miner is when they found a big body of ore, which looks very economic, but before they built the mine. That's where you're going to get your best boom for bust, bang for your buck. And I think that you recently spoke to Brent Cook at the New Orleans Resource Investment Conference. He actually has a graph for his subscribers, which tells you the sweet spot, and that's his favorite sweet spot as well. When you have a large deposit, but before they built the mine. SilverCrest is probably the best bet in the silver space right now for that. They have a huge deposit. They haven't built the mine yet. They just secured $80 million in financing for it. I think they'll go double digits in stock price at least. They may get up to $13, $14. So I think it's a very safe bet for investors.